So how comfortable are you in the choices of God for you? Praise God. We know that you have already accepted his call and his choice of you, right? How comfortable are you in his choices for you? Or are you still fighting it? I think that's a question, a crucial question you're going to have to answer for you. Praise God. So then, when I look back and I see that the work is not necessarily representing, do you understand what I stand for? And what I stand for first and foremost is kingdom. And when I say kingdom, I mean it's the mind of God. Right? Establishing the mind of God, as it were, heaven, bringing it down on earth. And it doesn't look like it. It doesn't sound like it. It's not becoming. But I want to, before I address that, I want to say something. You know that the concept of success is overrated. You have to be able to understand success in God's sight and success in human standard. Which means that even while you want to reevaluate, you cannot reevaluate with your eye. You have to still trust God to help you reevaluate so that your desires don't put sansan in the gari. Praise God. So if, you know, you know how the angel of the Lord came and met Gideon and he said, mighty man of valor. And even Gideon was looking for the man. Which tells you that the choice of God and the standard of God and man is not the same thing. He said what? And the angel repeated again, mighty man of valor. That it can be happening to all of us now. Like this goes back and say, woman of God. The first thing you want to do is, I just say you're a woman and you belong to God. Praise God. It's not that deep. Your personal struggles should not reflect in a passing statement. Praise God. But most of the times, when I see people cringe, I understand. Like the first time I was praying for a woman, I was minding my business. Then a woman of God called me and said, the Lord told her that I should pray for this woman. I said I should pray for her for what? So, and it was in public, so I felt embarrassed already that I was called out. I don't like being called out in public. So I came, and she said I should pray for her. I should just lay hands on her. I said, no, I'm not laying hands on anybody. I just stayed like this. I said, Father, as you have instructed, so shall it be. Father, let the desire of her heart come to her. The problem was that I was closing my eye and I was doing it even bare minimum. The woman was falling. Do you understand? And I was about to run. Because me, I don't know what was pushing her. But at that point, I knew that it cannot be me, so I need to get out. So I was trying to run. So the other person had to hold me and say, woman of God. And even me, I'm wondering, where's the woman of God? She said, calm down. It's you that is the woman of God here. It's you that is the woman of God here. And this is God doing his work. So it's a woman of God. You have to steer it. And I had to stay. And you know how you stay and you're doing like this? You're taking position. So that just in case something was to change, let me find my square roots. Praise God. But at that point, further in life, I turned back and I asked myself a very serious question. Why was I trying to run? Do you understand? Because I didn't want to identify as woman of God. That was one of my major struggles. I didn't want to identify as woman of God because number one, there were things that I had a problem with you Christian folks. Praise God. Praise God. Some of the things that I had an issue with personally, let's just leave it. Let it die here now. Praise God. There are things that I had an issue with, and I felt they end up very poor. I had a problem with poverty. Praise God. Yes, and then they suddenly, you meet this vibrant person. The moment he tells you that God has chosen him, suddenly he is like there's this dropping. They sharp again. To sharp is missing. There's this dull. Do you understand? And then I was not sure the whole concept of marrying the one that God had in mind, because in my mind it is going to be ugly, and I'm not going to like it. The guy that I just knew. That the guy that God, if I allow this man, God, to pick man for me, he's not going to pick the kind of thing I like. Do you understand? So I just felt there were some things that were not so ideal for me because I felt it was not the picture of God. The God can, the God will, God is, was not tallying with the version I was seeing. So when I look, it's like, this God doesn't necessarily reward his people as he should. This guy is like, there's a way that you just become redundant when you are lying. with him. There's this. So because of those struggles, over time, one was a little bit skeptical. So until I addressed my own issues, how did I address my issues? I went back to the source. Because I felt that every time everybody's opened his mouth to speak, spoke from a place of bias. Praise God. They all spoke from a place of bias, in between bias and personal experiences that did almost always interfered. So just when I'm hearing a straight line of thought and I see objectivity and I'm beginning to catch it, then he just talks about, just crosses over, and then you see self comes up. And then you're like, nah. So I decided, in that season of my life, I decided not to go to church completely. I think for a year, which my mother is also hearing for the first time. Praise God. So eventually I went to church. Praise God. So I didn't go to church, but I decided to study, especially Romans. I think I went through Romans like 3 times. And it's like every time I finish, then I'll like, wow! You start it from one again and you're like, Jesus, so this is what the Bible was saying. Okay, so it's not about the God though, it's about the person.